Hello and welcome to today's Catholic Focus News Bulletin. I am Susan Bulemi, and with me on the Sign Language Interpretation Desk is Samuel Wainaina. The Catholic Diocese of Ngong has witnessed a significant spiritual milestone following the celebration of diocesan ordinations, bringing together the clergy, faithful, and families in a solemn ceremony marked by prayer and thanksgiving. The sacred event, presided over by the Bishop of the Catholic Diocese of Ngong, Right Reverend John Obala Owa, saw candidates ordained into both the priesthood and diaconate as the church reaffirmed its commitment to nurturing vocations and strengthening pastoral ministry within the diocese.
My word to them, who shall I send? Here I am, Lord. Is it thy Lord? I walk on you, calling in the night. I will go, Lord, if you bid me.
Ambaye Baba alimpaka mafuta Roho Mtakatifu na nguvu, akulinde kwa ajili ya kuwatakasa Wakristo na kumtolea Mungu sadaka.
Well, congratulations are in order to all the newly ordained priests and deacons. Moving on, residents in rural areas have been urged to adopt routine dental care practices, including visiting health facilities for oral and dental checkups at least twice a year, as experts warn that rising cases of dental diseases are becoming increasingly costly for many households. This call comes amid renewed efforts by health professionals to promote preventive oral health care during free medical camps, alongside growing appeals for the government to expand coverage of dental services under the Social Health Authority SHA insurance scheme to ease the financial burden on patients seeking treatment. Tracy Chibet with the details.
Residents in rural areas have been advised to undergo dental and oral checkups at least twice a year in order to prevent dental diseases that often lead to high treatment costs. The advice was given during a free dental medical camp organized by doctors from BFL International in collaboration with Kocholdo Training College in Teso North Constituency, Busia County.
Give yourself some time. It just takes 2 minutes in a day to brush your teeth and floss. If you can do it twice a day, that will be your best prevention. Dentists are professionals who have trained in this field, and it's best to get professional advice. And if you are ever having pain or anything to do with your teeth, please visit your dentist.
Speaking during the event, dental specialist from the organization, Dr. Farouk Soranthia, urged health professionals to continuously educate the public on proper oral hygiene practices in order to reduce the increasing cases of dental complications affecting many people.
I think one of the major challenges that we see in the rural areas is that a lot of people don't have access to proper oral health care, and their education or their knowledge in oral health is a bit lacking. So I think it's good to actually reach out to people, give more information about how to practice good oral hygiene and how to be your own dentist. Yeah, you need to prevention is the start, and that will give you a longer, healthier, happier life and smiles.
Not to believe on the traditional herbal medicine when they hear of any tooth problems. I want to encourage them, when you hear of anything, you feel anything on your teeth, please consult the doctors. That's the only way we can attend to that issue as early as it comes to your body. Otherwise, if we rely on the herbal medicine and it turns out not to work, then it becomes very late.
Meanwhile, residents have called on the government to ensure that dental services are fully covered under the Social Health Authority (SHA) insurance scheme to ease the financial burden faced by patients seeking oral health care services.
Dental issues are not covered in the SHA practice. We want to encourage the government to consider putting SHA to cover the dental issues so that the community members can benefit from these services. Because only through that any rural person can access because of their economic factors. So I really want to encourage that all the relevant practitioners to put dental as the key health needs to the community so the communities can get good services and good health.
Huduma hii hatungeweza kuipata kule hospitalini kwa sababu mostly unapata hata SHA haiwezi kukukava kwa kutibu meno ama kung'olewa meno, unapata ni ngumu zaidi.
Reporting for Catholic Focus, I'm Tracy Chebet.
Farmers in Kakamega County have embraced tree planting initiatives aimed at boosting environmental conservation and improving livelihoods through the use of medicinal and economic tree species, while highlighting the benefits of increasing tree cover in enhancing climate resilience and sustaining the ecosystem. The farmers are also urging residents to observe environmental guidelines by avoiding planting trees too close to rivers, recommending a minimum distance of at least 30 meters to protect water catchment areas and safeguard river ecosystems.
Kutoka tuanze, saizi tumepeana miche 145 milioni 145 na kwa huu msimu wa 2026 tunaazimia kudistribute miche 48 million. Na hii miche apart from kupeana tu kwa wakulima peke yao, na saidia pia shirika community, na saidia community, tunasaidia institutions kama shule, kama kanisa, kuhakikisha tu kuwa tunalea mazingira yetu na kila mtu anaweza kupanda miti.
Ni vizuri tupande miti, ni vizuri tupande matunda. Katika hizo miti tuko na zingine ni medicinal. Badala ya kushinda tukikula madawa za hospitali nini na nini, ukichunguza hata uende katika mtandao na upate huo mti na umepanda kwa boma yako, si utachuna na utumikie na uitengeneze vile umepata, kuliko uende ununue dawa. Dawa zinaleta shida kwa mwili lakini inabidi tu tumeze, but tukitumikia hizi natural medicines zinakuwa mzuri.
Kile kitu kilifanya pia tufikiria mambo na miti ni kukeep environment. So unaweza ona hata kwa hii boma kuna miti, at least kila mahali kuna miti. Inasaidia kuleta kivuli, inasaidia kuleta mvua. Tunawaelekeza before waende, tunawaambia wasipande kando ya mito ama chemichemi ya maji. Hiyo inataka upande wa juu about 30 meters kutoka kwa vyanzo vya maji.
Well, still focusing on matters concerning measures of taking care of our environment, the government has intensified its crackdown on industries accused of polluting the Nairobi river system, with NEMA shutting down a chemical manufacturing company in Mlolongo over illegal discharge of untreated waste. 3 company proprietors were arrested during the operation, led by Environment Cabinet Secretary Dr. Deborah Barasa. Here is Nancy Kajuju with a full report.
National Environment Management Authority (NEMA) has closed down Shirejit Chemicals Limited in Mlolongo following an impromptu inspection targeting industries discharging effluents into the Nairobi river system. 3 proprietors of the company were arrested after officers discovered the facility releasing untreated chemical waste and industrial influence into the environment. NEMA Director General Mamo B. Mamo said the company had failed to comply with environmental regulations and would face prosecution in court. He also revealed that NEMA officers were initially denied access to the premises, an act that violates the Environmental Management and Coordination Act.
Facility, as Waziri has directed, is now officially closed because in our routine inspection, this is one of the facilities that has been identified as non-compliant. And to make the matter worse, they blocked our environmental inspectors, which is an environmental offense under the Environmental Management and Coordination Act. So we have given explicit direction that today this facility ceases all operation.
In the same operation, another firm, Canon Chemical Industries, was issued with a 7-day compliance notice to meet environmental standards or risk closure and legal action. Environmental Cabinet Secretary Dr. Dibra Baraza, who joined the inspection exercise, warned that the government would take stern action against companies polluting Nairobi rivers.
In addition, we will enforce strict requirements on waste tracking and documentation. As we conduct analysis, what we are seeing is a challenge on waste tracking. Once the waste leaves the industries, the manufacturing sites, where does it go? And we are seeing that ultimately it ends up into our urban rivers. So any facility that fails to maintain proper waste tracking records, clearly showing how waste is generated, transported, and disposed of, will be considered non-compliant. Traceability confirms movement of waste from point of generation to safe disposal is mandatory. In addition, the use of unauthorized plastic bags in violation of Kenya's plastic ban introduced in 2017 and the Plastic Packaging Management Regulation 2024 will attract immediate sanctions. These materials are a major contributor to urban drainage blockage and river pollution, as well as releasing toxic fumes after burning or open burning.
She directed NEMA to carry out immediate and comprehensive inspections of all facilities discharging waste into rivers and tributaries, saying the exercise will be rigorous, transparent, and uncompromising.
So any facility, number one, operating without a functional effluent treatment plant or with a system that does not meet discharge standards will not be allowed to continue operations. We will be closing those sites. Secondly, we will also take firm action against facilities engaging in the open burning of waste, a practice prohibited under Air Quality Regulations 2024 and associated with harmful emissions such as furans and dioxins that are considered carcinogenic to the people of Kenya. Thirdly, it is equally unacceptable or a failure if we are unable to segregate waste at source. And we are saying that these companies should adhere to the Sustainable Waste Management Act 2022 and the global best practices in waste management. Without proper segregation, recyclable materials are lost, hazardous waste is mishandled, and the entire waste management chain becomes ineffective. And so we need to see waste segregation as source and how we are moving towards addressing the issues of waste management.
Baraza noted that although more than 100 facilities were inspected last year and some installed effluent treatment plants, many industries remain in violation of the environmental laws. Reporting for Catholic Focus Capuchin TV, I'm Nancy Kajuju.
And that report right there from Nancy Kajuju brings us to the end of today's Catholic Focus News Bulletin. Remember to stay tuned right here on Capuchin TV for more stories in all our subsequent news bulletin. I am Susan Bulemi and our sign language interpreter has been Samuel Wainaina. Until next time, stay safe, be blessed, and remember to always keep it Capuchin TV.
Keep watching Capuchin TV, your staunchly Catholic identity channel.